Are we in? Are we in?
We're live.
We're live.
Oh no, we're official.
Hola, amigas. Hi, moms and dads. But it is International Women's Day. Woohoo! I am Cristy Kish, founder and I think publisher of Los Tweens and Teens. And I'm joined by these amazing women on each side of me. I'm pretty much kind of like the mom in the middle of like amazingness right here. So we have Lina Acosta Sandaal that you all know very well from Los Tweens and Teens. She has done all sorts of talks, and my phone is ringing, but we're going to ignore it. And if it's my mother, Mom, estoy aquí live, please. So Lina has written articles, and we partner with her all the time because mental health is super important to us on Los Tweens and Teens, because when you're dealing with tweens and teens, you need to make sure that you're talking about these topics.
Yes.
But we are joined today by a University of Miami person. Yay! I get to be a happy cane for the day. Jill, I already forgot.
You already forgot. Ehrenreich-May. Hi, everybody.
Ehrenreich-May. I only practiced
We only
it
practiced
like
it like
6
yeah.
times. So Ehrenreich-May, who is a psychiatrist?
No,
No, a psychologist.
I am. I'm a psychologist.
Thank
and
you.
A psychology professor at UM.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry.
That's
It's
okay.
been a long day.
No,
She runs an amazing research clinic here in Miami.
That's
Yay!
true. The Child and Adolescent Mood and Anxiety Treatment Program.
And so we are going to start right there with the fact of what is anxiety. But let's go back for 1 second, even before we go there, because the idea behind this conversation actually came, I was just, as we all were affected so strongly by the Parkland shootings. And it was what we kept on hearing in the news, and I immediately called Lina before I knew Jill. And I was just so affected by hearing over and over again the conversations of parents didn't understand or weren't listening to the signs from their kids. And I want you to touch on that a little bit, because I think it's really important that it was over and over again in the news that either they didn't hear it, or they didn't know it, or they didn't understand it. And that's why we're here today, to really talk about why mental health is so important. Like, are we seeing warning signs? Are we listening? And do we have the right tips to actually pay attention to the tidbits that we do get? So I'm going to let Lina start on that, and then we'll get to Jill to tell us what is anxiety and depression, and are we seeing them correctly?
I think the number one thing that most parents of teens, what they grapple with is this idea of, how to let go and how to hold on, right? So, and one way that shows up in their day-to-day is in this idea that the child won't speak to them, or that the adolescent won't speak to them, right? And then, what I say, and when we were talking before, it's like, every single day, do something goofy, to have a routine where you go in, you're like, hey, I'm checking in on you. You want to talk? And then the teen just goes, and they leave you alone. But then there's that one day when at school something happens, when within their social group something happens, and they know, mom's gonna ask me today, but I really need her, right? So, or dad. And I think that again, the biggest dilemma in adolescence is when to hold on and when to let go. And that's an appropriate push and pull. But every single day have a moment where you just go, hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm going to ask you every day.
Right.
And
mine's on the way home from school, because we get stuck in horrendous Miami traffic. And sometimes I think that's a little bit of a blessing, really tiny, really little blessing, because we're captive. We don't have anything to do other before they go to sleep, because they love to sleep in the car. But before they go to sleep, we have that 20 minutes where it's literally nothing else. I don't take calls. I don't do anything else. I'm just listening. And it's an amazing time. And they know that that's our time.
Yeah.
Yep. And it is. It's important. Just check in. And, the dinner table, we've lost it a little bit because of after school and a lot of the activities. But make sure that at least once or twice a week, you're sitting at the table and just having a conversation. And you don't have to be like, how was your time at school? Tell me about your friends. You could talk about, Black Panther and Wrinkle of Time and popular culture, and get into a conversation about themes and values and things that the family talks about using popular culture.
Right. And one little housekeeping thing before we start with Jill is make sure to share your questions with us. So let us know if you have, questions or tips or things that you're looking for. It's definitely an open opportunity for us to really rely on these two amazing people. So Jill, I know I'm the mother of, when I started, they were tweens. When I started, those tweens and teens, but now they are 16. It hurts my soul. 16-year-old identical twin girls. And so with that, of course, I get the gamut of anxiety, or sometimes it looks to me like depression. Maybe it's not. We read a lot of things, but we don't often talk to professionals enough. But there's so many mood swings that sometimes it's just a mood swing. It's not something clinical. So I would love for you to share with our audience, what are some of the signs